back to Jacob's Toys. Please do like, share, subscribe, all those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. Massive thank you to Jazwares for sending over this Squawk Van playset based on Stranger Things Series 5. Now, of course, Stranger Things Series 5 is coming out, and Jazwares is bringing the merchandise to run alongside that. This particular thing is a playset based on the 10cm figures. So included is the Squawk Van, and you also get a really cool Steve Harrington figure as well, plus a little rubber chicken accessory. Now, once I get this out, I will kind of dive into what's included. Now they're doing two lines. They're doing the 6-inch line, so the 15cm tall figures, and they're doing the 10cm tall figures, so roughly 6-inch and 3 3/4 inch. So kind of tapping both of those collector markets. I'm really torn between which one to pick up. Now, I've seen in Smith's this playset, I've seen the 11, I've seen the Demogorgon, I've seen the Dustin figure. Interestingly, on the back of the figures, there's only those 3 figures, the Demogorgon, Dustin and 11 listed. Of course, you get Steve Harrington here with the Squawk Van playset, and I have seen a few others floating around. So if you know anywhere that are doing these 10cm figures and which ones they are, do let me know. But of course, Stranger Things is coming out over the course of December. So we had the first 4 episodes release in November. We've then got a couple more over Christmas and another one over New Year's, I think it is. But basically, they're dragging out the release, which is going to be really cool. So let's have a look at this van. So there's quite a lot to do here. So you've got kind of sliding doors, the top opens up and you can see all of the Squawk FM kind of details in there. There's like a little mic. What's caught my eye though are these 2 straps. Now, I don't really know what they're for. Is this a spoiler? Is this a spoiler? Is the Squawk Van gonna do something with these straps? They seem intentionally placed. They open, they pop out, so you can put a Demogorgon in now, I guess. You could strap a Demogorgon. Is that a spoiler? Is this playset giving us a spoiler here? Are they going to put a Demogorgon in the van? So that is the 10cm Demogorgon figure from Jazwares, and it does fit in there quite nicely. So I don't know. Has me doing a toy review just kind of spoiled something for me in Stranger Things? Are they going to get a Demogorgon on the radio? I don't know. Either way, this is a very cool playset. As I said, comes with a little Steve Harrington figure. Steve's one of my favourites. He's been one of my favourites throughout the entire series. He's a fan favourite anyway. And I really like the kind of character arc that he's had during the show. Is this... No, I'm not... This isn't a spoiler. So the little rubber chicken is a sound effect from the radio show. So he plays it when they're on air. So it's quite cool that they've given us that little accessory for him to hold. Very small. As I said, the figures themselves are only 10cm tall, so any little accessories are going to be little and fiddly, so do make sure you kind of keep hold of those or put them somewhere so that you don't lose them. Nobody wants to lose a tiny little rubber chicken, so that just fits in his hand like that. A little bit wobbly in the head, but sort of come to expect from figures of this scale. He just slides in. No. You open the top and you can just slide him in to drive the van. So it's very reminiscent of kind of old school play sets here and old school vehicles, but it's quite a significant part of Stranger Things now, so to be able to have this is pretty cool. I really hope that Jazwares continues and really fleshes this line out. I think one of the biggest problems when it comes to Stranger Things action figures is none of the toy companies have really committed. They've never given us like a really full range of characters and stuff. And I think if Jazwares stick with this, they could, they're really in a potentially good position to give us tons of characters and tons of figures, because there's 5 seasons at the end of the day. So let's do season 5, let's get all of those, and then maybe go back and give us some of the figures from the other series. Especially in this kind of 3 3/4 inch scale, it means that you can kind of build up a really big collection and not take up a huge amount of space. It's a really cool centerpiece though, so there we go, just a couple of little close-ups, and it's really well made. The wheels obviously move, so you can push it backwards and forwards and stuff, but yeah, it's cool to have that. I'm hoping there's going to be more figure drops with the other episodes. Obviously, I don't want to give too much away spoiler-wise, so keep your eyes on places like Smith's Toys, see what drops. I'll obviously let you know on any of the channels if I see anything anywhere, but yeah, I'm absolutely loving this toy line from Jazwares. A huge thank you to Jazwares and Netflix for sending this over, and a big thank you to you for watching. I'll see you soon.